And we appear to be streaming. Hello everybody, how are we doing today? The 26th of February 2021. Let's get some games started. We currently have 2 people waiting in the queue. We have 5 people currently in the lobby. There's some mathematics there that needs to be put to something. I'll just actually turn the auto matching off before we go much further with this, just so I can confirm things. So we have Rumi, myself, and Prospero thus far. Evening, Kyrol. And to Prospero as well. Good evening. Hello, Solar. You're not. You might have been earlier, yes, but you're not right now. I'll take your word from it if you're quick enough. Alright, there we go. Start. You are now, certainly. Yep, Solar's also just jumped in the queue. We'll start a second game the moment I notice 4 more people. And hopefully we'll get that reasonably quickly. Ah, dear. Also, the chat appears to be working okay, so... Yeah, nope, game started. Is there a chat delay? Is there a stream delay actually come to that? I haven't changed any of the rules. The only thing I would have done is turned on and off the auto thing, and Rumi apparently stayed there, so... Anyway, yes, good luck, have fun, all of that nonsense. What are we starting with? We are starting with a Dora, a couple of whites, and a hand that's looking a little awkward. More awkward than I'd like, anyway. This might even be a passed up first white hand, we'll see. Indeed, some jam is always appreciated. But we'll see if we can actually build some good hands to start with. 7's an okay draw there. Let's throw a green. So we have pair. That could be a thing. So we can call the white dragon with this, I think. Shape's not too bad. Lesai. Alright, white into 7. We'll go aggressive here. There's only 1 9 left that we could call. It'd be white dragon door 1 only. It depends. I think it's enough that I can have a go at it. Ultimately, we're going to end up waiting on a 3-6 Sozu unless we get fortunate, so... Okay, that's a good draw. So, probably now cutting a pair of 9s to advance. But white Dora 2, nothing wrong with that. Okay, cut the 9s in this position. So we don't want to get rid of these, but if you got 3 and you only need 2, even arguing we need 2 is a bit much. Kyra is discarding a Dora as well, so got to be aware of that going forward. Good draw. Okay, so 1 sequence done. Yishanten. I'm going to actually cut the 4 pin here. There's a chance that was the most risky tile we have that we still want to cut. 9 we reckon is going to be safe, so it's just going to be a case of maximizing our chances of getting to tempo with a safe discard. Can't call it 2 anymore. It's just a case of where we draw that 5-8, 3-6 at the most point. Well, we've drawn 2 pairs of dragons in a row, although that one's not a bad one to draw. 9 is also a safe tile to Rui. 4 is not. So decisions to make after this round. We do have a 7, which could be safe. 6 could be safe as well. He reached on that, though. Or I could take this and try and hit Tempai on the 4. Okay. Oh, that is the worst thing for us to draw right now. Let's sigh. So we lose 2. Yeah, we're out of this, I think. The hands are basically Dorrit and free. That's unfortunate. If we'd have got the fight to pass, we'd have won. But Prosper's also given us 2 safe discards, which is nice of him. So we need 1 more to be safe, but a couple of draws to get there. We have a 9. Okay, so we're safe to the end in theory. Might be a little weak to have folded here, but I think it was. I mean, also, Solar, I'll just give you a hand warning here. They are allowed in chat. Don't give away details of my hand, please. You were vague enough beforehand. It was just a case of, yeah. It's fine. Wasn't a different 5, so it was a bluff weight effectively. But I feel it's early days enough. It does what we want. It moves the game on. We're not losing any ground. We played safe as long as we could. Yeah, there is. I pretty much have this as instant, or at least as instant as streaming technology allows. But yeah, it's not. I know it's usual convention to have a small little delay, 20 seconds or whatever, but I don't have that because I like the interactivity. Also, as always, if I can verbally answer the question, I will do so. So as long as it's just not specifics about what I'm doing. Anyway, Rumi as dealer. Pushes with 9-pin. Unfortunately, this hand is not looking like it's going anywhere. Interesting. So, Jinchan Chanter against a Riichi. Yeah, thankfully that's at least half for us anyway. So I want to avoid outside tiles and also just whatever the heck Prosper is up to. Again, it's likely not that valuable, but we're more concerned about what Rumi's doing, so that's where my focus is on defense. But where we can play safe faster both, we're going to do so. Okay. Drop a full set of reds. He might also have... Well, he hasn't done anything that suggests folding. He did cut early dragons, which is not usually Chanter playstyle. But if he's got a bonus tile, it's got to be... no, he's got an East, so no bonus tiles. So it is probably Chanter, or something Sanchku-ish, maybe, potentially. Although we're out of 9s if that's the case. 2 Norths. But ultimately, I'm just happy to fold this hand out and just get ourselves to... Get ourselves the target. We're going to play our 9s. Well, that's for somebody else to worry about. Yeah. Fair enough. Mangan. But we want dealer, so it's not the end of the world for us. Alright, what are we looking at our dealer turn? We're looking at a little bit of a mess, but let's go north, west, south and see where we are after that. Hopefully not with free replacement honor tiles. Yeah, Tudor is nice, but the rest of the hand is looking awkward. Okay, that's okay. So cut 1, cut green, cut red. Well, I'll probably cut red first, actually, since it's not been played. Okay, getting there. So 4, 5, 6 Sanchiku, Tanpin, Tudora seems like the play here. I can keep green because green is almost certainly going to be safe for the end of the game. There's no sense in not taking this because it advances the hand a bit further. With dealer, we've got a safe tile for the last discard, Tudora, and dealer repeat. This seems good enough. Oh, that is a great draw. That is an absolute gem of a draw. Okay, so Ishanten. Potential Sanchiku still on. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. I mean, we needed that 6. That Prospero just dumped, but, you know. Freezing 6 is disappearing out of everybody's hand is not what we want to see around now. Come on, 5-pin. 5-pin, 3, so 6-0. 2 does nothing, 9 does nothing. Other than advance somebody else's hand. Nothing wrong with slacking at work. Yeah, go for it. So we have the Sanchiku for the 5 that comes out. Sanchiku Tudora. Why I could not call... well, you may have to just confirm what you meant by that in that case. It's a hand. It's a... Yeah, cheese from the left. Okay, I wasn't entirely sure what he was getting at. He meant that's 6, didn't he? Erg. 2 to go on dealer. This is a Mangan. We go for it. Okay. Oh, that's a terrible tile to have against Cairo right now. Alright, but it's the only way to keep it, so let's see. Well, we braved it out. A little reckless, possibly, but we got the rewards for it. Oh, did we get the rewards for it? Okay, this is a huge hand. Right. 9 goes first, White Dragon goes second. 3 closed, but honestly, this is a great reward for being brave. Alright, I guess we marginally keep that one there. I mean, it's still a little awkward because I've got 3 closed things I need to sort out, although this is in reasonable shape for it. That might be a bit overkill. We'll find out. I'm hoping I get the East call to at least can try and... I don't know. Yeah, maybe that was a... I could have probably left that. Call it greed monstering. Pair of 8s, though. Rewarded. At least for... rewarded for going OTT, I guess. Ishanten, then. Yeah, Tenpai. As fun as it would be to show that, I'm just going to go and take the hand here and make everything going for something cheap. Hopefully improve this to a 3-6. Or go into a single weight and have, yeah, Eastern free. Which is still something we could do. Yes, I'd probably not want to hear about the jam right now, but yes, it's absolutely exciting. But I'm fine with it as is. Chindora 3, or Chindora 2 rather. As dealer, it's perfectly fine. And East is going to be an awkward discard against 3 calls from the dealer, so... hoping that's going to be enough to tie people up for a bit. Because, I mean, why would you go attacking with this hand, basically? The first call, maybe. The second call, if it's not a Honitsu, though, as evidenced by the third, what could you possibly have? It's got to be Easts, surely. So, they'll read that. Anyhow, there's still 4 I can draw, so I'm not too... you know, it's fine. That's not sad. That's just, you know... Also, the early 6... Oh, nice. Well, that's the early 6. I don't know if that led to it or that was just what he instantly had to be on, but... we'll take that. 77 off a leader. Upgraded to Mangan plus the 2 Bustery Stick plus things. So 329. Second repeat. We have Dragon, we have Dora. Yeah, true enough, but I had Tenpai with that third call, so I didn't feel it was bad to go for it. We did play with, if you have the optional rules on, which we did have last year for some of it, one of them is dealing in with the Riichi or dealing in with the Khan. Or the Khan discard, both, yeah. Savamagashi has explained. Do I want to take this? Tanyard or a 1? Oh, this is a little greedy, but we'll go for it. Quick attack on small hands. This is the optimal game plan. Or just me being silly, who knows. Okay, Ishanten. Potentially for a 10-1 though. Yep, here we go, for a 10. Tanya, Dora, waiting on the other Dora. Yeah. The heat of the tiles. Yes, they're very well warmed. There we go. That fixes it. Now, who wants to risk, Who wants to risk Adora? One pin does not a lot. What's good news if anyone's tracking is there've been absolutely zero responses to these ones, although you know I tend to go ARC, so that might not mean anything. And of course we can count the sixes, which I hadn't entirely thought about, but yeah, we can. Potentially... Ah, no, they know we can't be on this. I've discarded one and the others are there. Right then. I think given things, it's probably not worth us going for it. Okay, Prospero disagrees and is going for things. Gives us the 8 we can potentially try and play. Lucked into another safe one. You can get one more. Otherwise, I think we're risking a 6-pin. Nope, that's the 7 we're using them. So, I think I'll take that. That's not a bad deal turn overall. I mean, in case it's tracked, the game does record whether the tile comes out of your hand versus whether it comes out of the tile you're discarding. And if you're changing your hand up, that means your hand is still advancing, or at least there's the appearance of that. So, I don't know. It's marginal, but sometimes you can get a benefit about whether a player is just discarding their tile, if they're playing Dama 10, for example. If somebody's still changing their hand, maybe they folded, maybe they have not. I don't know. There are advantages you can get, but I suppose it's sometimes relevant to know whether somebody has just discarded a risky tile from their hand, or whether they played the risky tile they just drawn, because that's different information. But again, if you look at the discards as they happen from other players, you can tell. So, for example, Prospero from hand. Kyril drew his discard. Rumi drew his discard. So that's information, and if you're ultra high level at this game, you might be able to read something into that. I generally don't. I should do that a lot more often, I guess, but sometimes it can be relevant. At least I'm trying to identify what somebody's doing. Yeah, so Karola's twice discarded from the tile he's just drawn. So that, say, might be that he's called for Tenpai and just isn't getting anything that's anywhere near related to his hand. That being said, Kaira will switch. We'll discard the one in his hand rather than the played one if he's got it. So that might be, if I assume he's finished, then it might actually tell me a tile that's in his hand, which I could potentially use to read something. I don't know. It's weird, and I'm not 100% on the benefits either, but that's what it is. Anyway, we still need a win, really. We need 2,000 above the win threshold. Yeah, that might be a little too much info, though. Who knows? I mean, there's probably a setting to turn that on, actually. Alright, reach from Rumi. Well, we're too far back to really go into that, so we're probably folding this one. So this can be information, by the way, at this point, which might be irrelevant here. Are people folding? See, that came from Kairo's hand, so one pin from hand. Possibly he's folded. Of course, there's always the chance that he's actually improved his hand and hit Tenpai with that, given he's got one call. So what do we got in terms of safe tiles here? We really only have the 4-man. Maybe the 1, based on that vein. No, and the 5, of course. Yeah, we'll play the 5. Problem with the 5, of course, is that anybody else is after that. That's useful. Well, knowing if other people do. Although, admittingly, that could be them improving the hand after the reach. You don't know. All you know is they discarded something from their hand. It might be that Karo drew another 1 pin at that point. And that's exactly why he's discarding it. Okay, Mangan Sumo for Rumi. That's probably going to give him the lead. Okay, so Rumi retakes the lead. Prosper goes down to 4th. You want to be careful with previous game information. If you start acting like you know people, they'll surprise you by doing something different. Anyway, South 1. We have a handful of pairs, but we'll see what happens after we get rid of these, and we're probably looking towards just do a quick Tanyo attack or something. We are West, so we'll get rid of the dragons first. Drawing 4, of course, gives us the thing. Triplet of the 7s. Okay, so it probably is Tanyo then. I mean, if we draw the 4, we can still potentially go with this. The downside of that is we'd lose the pair unless we cut a 7 later. So, drawing a 5, man, ideal draw right now. 4 pin's not a bad one, though. Okay, Ishanten. Ishanten for Tanyo, Ipeiko. Tanyo, Ipeiko, Dora. If we draw the 5. Waiting on the 4 is a little awkward, but we're not going to improve the hand any, so we might as well reach it. Especially since it's this early. Interesting. So yeah, the force process here is, does this improve the hand enough for us to want it anyway? Because there is a slight chance we improve this to 4, 5, 6 Sanchiki, which I didn't think about actually. And probably should be. But draw of a 6, cut there, 2 away from that. Yeah, okay. I mean, if I got a chance for a 1-4-7 weight with what I've just drawn there. So I could call this here, take that, go into a Ishanten for the Sanchiki? No, we'll hold off. It's tempting though, because if I called that 6, I'd have had Sanchiki a chance, but it's probably a bit aggressive. That was a 1-4-7. And well, no Sanchiki anymore, but 1-4-7 reach Pinfu Dora. Ipatsu. And we hit 1 error. So we'll take a Hanneman. So thank you very much, Prospero. That's 12k out of nowhere. I mean, it was a good weight anyway, but I was expecting to be drawing that rather than have the Ipatsu. Still, shouldn't complain at good luck. Double south. The luck is with me right now. I don't know if we want to force this into the full Honitsu, but we'll see what our next couple of draws are like. Either way, double south straight away is never a bad thing. Yeah, I guess that means we don't do that anymore. Throw east. And we'll see what we end up drawing that's most useful here first. Because we can still get rid of a norths for safety here. So if we draw tiles that connect to this slot, then I think discarding the norths makes more sense. But we can call anything at this point, so... yeah. A 4-long chain, even though we got the double here, probably isn't what we want to be doing. And 7's just going to be a risky tile to discard later. Alright, so Prospero going for possible Honitsu, possible Chanter. Or possibly just overcalling because he's got 5,000 points. Discarding the second east hurts, but it was still correct to get rid of it then, rather than get rid of 5, say. Not going to call that. Main reason for not calling in this instance is we now know these are definitely safe, and we need a pair anyway at some point. So I'm happy to just play on. Given that he has not played a single... well, he's played a 3, actually. Well, that's Ishanten, so... so that changes the equation. Now we can actually attack for this. As it turns out, it was a Shun only. Which I think if he dealt in with a 6, it kind of had to be, unless he had a second bonus on a tile. Souths were gone. I don't know if he knew where West were. I can't remember the board state. But hey, that's a cheap hand to make me dealer, so I'm not going to complain at the game accelerating onwards. It's another good hand. Yeah, I'm not sure that 1,000 points did anything for him, unfortunately. Other than gave him less chances. Because there's always a chance Rumi would win that hand. And if Rumi did win the hand, that gives him another shot at getting something that's Mungan plus, which is what he needs. He needs a Mungan direct hit off Chiral to overtake, I think. Actually, what is the gap? Probably not quite that, but you know what I mean. He needs that kind of level of hand, a 3-hand, 4-hand direct hit, or needs to get up to a Hanneman. And the more chances you have of getting there, the better. So it's almost worth not winning the 1,000 points and hoping Rumi does. Or at least it's a draw state and Rumi keeps the game going. Because all that advancing the hand to me means is that it could only be 2 hands left to go. Anyway, my gap is 6-8, so I still need to try and win a hand here to try and secure my win. But obviously, I want to be careful about not dealing into Chiral or Prospero for enough to affect the difference anyway. A Manga from either of these two and me dealing in would put me back down to second. But we're Rishanten. Play the riskier tile first. So it's looking like it's going to be Riichi Nami with this, or... yeah, or a pair weight. Well, this is why keeping the safe tile is useful. So we get a freebie on the first one, and then we can work out what we're actually doing from the second. 8 might be safe, based on Chiril's discard, but it's not a guaranteed thing. And this is a cheap enough hand that I don't want to go for it. Mostly we're looking at 2,000 points in a reach, so we're happy to let Rumi win this and keep the game going. He might hit the Mungan, which would be a pain if he does, but... okay, well, alright, we'll work around this. We can play this and this, and then hope the 8-pin comes safe, or we get a different indicator. Or the Prospero deals in, I guess. His hand has to be Mungan to overtake us, and a Mungan direct hit from Prospero would end the game. We'd still finish second with 41-6. I'd probably be okay with that happening. Him summoning is probably the worst case, and just means we're into a battle for a comeback. So, obviously, 3-pin is definitely here. For the moment, I don't have to think about it because I'm still getting safe tiles. Thinking about things going forward, though, I think his weight is probably 3-6 on the 3-6-9 octave in Manzu. My main indicator, if you've got absolutely no clues, the tiles either side of the Riichi are usually going to be dangerous, as are the tiles he discarded previous to this. Unfortunately, they're both Eternals, so you can take that pinch of salt. But his weight, based on everything else and what tiles have been played, is likely going to be 4. Again, he hadn't played any Sozi tiles, which is the other thing that could have been based on that. But again, it's an early enough Riichi. The 2-man Riichi means that the tile is likely he was connected to something, unless he took pains to make sure. As it happens, 2-man was related to his hand. It was just the overflow tile there, rather than the overflow tile to get a 2-sided weight. He is 800 points behind, though. He didn't actually overtake me with that. So I just need to finish this hand off in the quickest way possible. I'm 23 up from third, so I think we do attack regardless here. We get a chance to call anything, we probably do it. And we probably play East on turn 2. Forces somebody into a tricky position. It might, if Power's Chiral, if Chiral gets this, we might have to worry about playing defensive against him, but we got to play it next turn unless we draw another one now. Yeah, had to be done. Because the alternative was we're going to have to stick, and since we only need 1,000 points, 1,000 points wins us the game at this stage. And we are drawing some useful things. I'm going to get rid of the closed weight here, the free 5. We still got a 4-7 that we can wait on here. Can still call the pair of 6s, toss to 5. And we're looking good for a Tanya, regardless of which way this goes. The only problem is now, we did neglect to call a 2 here earlier. So there's less of those we could call. It means the 2s are more likely to become the pair. We're probably going to do that. Which is it. And I need 1,000 points, so I don't want to be held up by anything here. I want to be able to call as fluidly as possible. See what happens. Right. We know that the 2 is likely to be our pair, so we'll get rid of the 6. Should probably got rid of the 3 rather than that. But if I can, you know, give as little information about my discards as possible by continually discarding the same suit, they might not know which one of the other 2 I want. So, the thing is, Wirumi is in exactly the same boat, trying to win 1,000 points somehow. Although, given he's called a 9, he's probably got a bonus tile. What have we just drawn? He's got Souths. Okay, that's fine. We've just hit Tanyo. We can only win on the 6, though. But we have Tenpai. 6-0 is good enough. South only is good enough for Rumi, of course. Oh, interesting. Yeah, 2 from my hand. We know Rumi doesn't want it. Yeah, so a little awkward we got this kind of weight, but Tenpai is Tenpai. Right, a different equation has now been entered. And that equation says, don't deal in if we can avoid it. Because that's an easy way to lose points. He needs 1k because he just overtakes me, and then the game ends. So he goes to 39-8 and wins the hand. As this is South 4, that would end the game. So yeah, Rumi only needs that 1,000 point hand to win. This is unfortunate given we've made a call here, but I think we're going to have to play around things. I was a little reluctant on the 2 because there was a pause when we discarded that originally, but I'm wondering then if that means he had a 4-5 and his weight's at the higher end of the Mansies because of that. Yeah, so the scenarios are, we have a draw state, he overtakes me in the draw state, I still have a 37,000 win here. Last South, which is fine. Prospero wins, in which case we go again, nothing really lost. Rumi deals in, nothing lost on my end. In fact, I win if that happens, really. So yeah, Kyril does not have the triplet of these, and he's not going to get them, even though I've just drawn another one. So I'm perfectly fine to just play out and avoid. Kyril is going for Tenpai, though, and Kyril can actually help me out by winning here if he does. So we play the tile that saves to all 3. We take no chances. Haite. Okay, both me and Rumi are no 10. We go into another one. And the exact same scenario again. Both me and Rumi need 1,000 points to win. This is a less good hand for it, though. Haite's always funny. Also, we still only have 2 in the chat. Sorry, I've been taking occasional notice of that, but apparently we got a low attendance stream today. Anyway, so advancing towards Tanyo attack, we haven't drawn, unless we draw a pair of whites, we're probably not going any other direction. But we will hold on with the whites a little while, just in case. Pinfu is also possible. We'd have to get rid of the whites in that case. Kyril going for the attack is fine. The only question is, does he have a huge hand, or is he trying to secure 3rd? Well, we'll move towards Tenpai. Oh! He got it. Yep, GG. GG. So an early Pinfu, and that is enough to take him the win. Still, game plus 11, not overall a bad result. Well, that was game. I mean, it was early enough that I was going to play the 9 anyway. We were a bit far behind. The hand wasn't really one I could go for 1,000 points easily. Not without a pair of the whites of the Souths. And with South being the indicator, we had to play that first. No. Rumi did exactly what he needed to do. Dharma for the win. That's exactly the way you play that if you need 1,000 points and you have a 1,000 point hand set up. So, nope. Well done. It was going to happen. I had to attack as well. Well, let's Yet another one started then. So, we have Solar Flare, Larry, and Prospero currently queued up. If anybody else wants to jump in, I'll do an analysis hand. If not, I will join in a few moments. You seem to be calling a lot. I don't know if that was necessarily doing nothing. Tea break, sounds good. Carol, do you want to jump in, or does anybody else who's here want to jump in, actually? This is the alternate thing. Okay, I'm going to jump in then. Darn it. I like taking one on, one off. I've been doing that all streams so far. But each of the streams thus far, I've managed to go one in, one off. But oh well. Yeah, I might do some reviews of the next two hands rather than play one immediately. So, but we have a couple of people who've been waiting, so we need to at least get this game started. It does. Well, we hope not, but we got preparations if it does. Also, I've got things to watch later. Yes, YouTube has told me I've been streaming. You did avoid dealing in, but again, you Luigi food. So, I mean, Prospero was kind enough to give me a Hanneman last game. If you can do that again, that'd be awesome. I like having a Hanneman. Door north, sitting west. Well, I mean, with the current way the points are set up, it's kind of you want to be in first if you can get it. We're going to play north straight away. I don't want to risk it. And if we draw a second one, that's just unfortunate. And as it turns out, that's helping us quite nicely here. Riichi with a Pinfu. Reach Pinfu on turn 3? Come on, reach Pinfu turn 3. Ah. I mean, I had one, but that was only... And again, yeah, I was kind of hoping that, but it was probably going to come out sooner rather than later. I literally had 9. I just paid up the 1, so I think white was the next tile I was going to get rid of. Hindsight is always a good indicator of these things, I guess. Alright, 1-4. Now we're safe for turn 1. I have to debate whether we want to play the 2 against him here. Turn 1s are probably safe. We'll pursue. 4-7, one of the tiles is safe to him, so who knows. Alright, lose 1,000 points, but it was a cheap hand. I think Saddle will take that on balance. Move the game on. So, draw a sequence. And hand again looks reasonably quick. Probably dumping the one of the 9s, maybe both the 9s, depending on how this develops. No self-sales, but 1 was played, so we're not gonna gamble on a reduced number of tiles, and we'll draw a second one right now. Not quite. Well, let's see. Which one of these closed weights will we fill up first? That one. So let's cut the 1-2 here. We still got 5-7-9, so that's more useful than the isolated 1-2. And we have a pair weight 10-pie if we draw a 6. Red could have been a safe tile for later, I guess, but with only one played and no immediate responses to it. Well, actually, yeah, one played and no immediate responses to it. That probably was a fine tile to just randomly waiting on. Okay. So if we draw a 6 or a 4, that gives us Pinfu. Well, let's say, we're going to pursue you for a second time here. Well, we'll play around it for the moment. So 9, 8, 5, white 6. CG. Oh, somebody else was debating that. Interesting. Yeah, play with definite safety for the moment. And it's Pinfu 1. And we can discard the 9s now, or A9, so we can still get this. It'd been a single 5 weight though if we were to get anything off of that, I guess. You haven't played any low Pinzus. The only low Pinzu out is 3 pin. Okay, Larry makes that decision for us. Thank you. I guess what we don't want to do now is draw the last south and end up in that position. We played a 2, but I think we'll play south for now. That 2 was prior to the Riichi, of course, so... I was about to say, we have save options, and he's giving us more. Maybe we could have gone for it with this? Who knows? Four 7 weight, maybe? Nope, it was a 1-2 pair weight. I mean, draw free, can't argue with that. So, Prospero picking up a dealer Mangan. But getting the points has never been Prospero's problem. He seems to have problems keeping them half the time, so we'll see how that develops. North to start. Not the greatest of hands. I mean, 2-door is fine, but this is not the greatest of hands to be going into a hand where we need to knock Prospero off a dealership, really. So hope to draw a 7-man, hope to draw a couple of useful tiles as we go down. Okay, minor improvement here. AT2 or AT5. Okay. Alright, sail over the coal. Let's go 2-pin for the moment. Was that a call for Tempai? Called the 8 from 667 shape. Depends if that 3 was significant. Well, if we get any further advancement, basically we need to fill in one of the closed gaps here. Preferably drawing a 4, I guess. A pair of 5s is probably okay. Yeah, that's probably a better pair for us overall. Gives us the 1-4 option here. We can then get rid of the 9s. Hope to draw a 7 at some point. Although, admittedly, most of the 7s are disappearing, so maybe we don't do that. I should be mapping this a little better. Okay, that changes the equation slightly. So now I can get rid of the 8-6 and be in a reach with 2 Dora. Reach Dora 2 would be fine for here, especially if I get a 2-sided weight out of this. Although, ones have disappeared, 4s are going, so... Yeah, 4s are definitely going. That's, is that a hell weight yet? One of each. Not the greatest of weights to be on. And of course now we draw a 7. 7's safe to Prospero though, so we'll safety that. I think the 6 isn't a good thing anymore. He might be going for an Itsu Dora 1. Not sure on this one, in all honesty, but hey, we've done it now. Alright. Double tone Khan. Any way I can do this better? In a regular 3-4. One of each. I can't Khan whichever way I do this, right? No, I can't Khan. Oh, you were talking about that card. Fair enough. Yeah, so one of each, late game. I mean, it wouldn't make a difference. He still had double ton, Hanetsu, Dora. But it was worth risk there if you got the Tenpai out of it. And an extra 1,000. Well, stops at 1. It was unlikely weight whichever way we did it. We could have gone for a better one, but I liked being on the 1. Still. 4th place then, having lost 2 reach sticks, and that's my difference to Lowry right now. Alright. Let's start with 9. Nah, I think that's fine. So Prospero is over aggressively calling again, which is fine if that's what we want to do. We've hit Dora. Don't know if we want to be thinking about bigger plans here, but the game is giving us bigger plans. For draw number 9, we might have to consider it. Now we'll see. Because drawing that puts us into Ishanten. East from Solo. Alright, people are determined to add value to the board, which is fair enough. Okay, T5s are gone, means we probably want to get rid of this. but we're not drawing anything that's advancing us, and unfortunately, Manzis are not being played. There also is potentially Tempai just hit by Solar. Means staying in the octave makes some sense. Prospero deciding to attack into this. Prospero's going to lose a bunch of points here. I'm just foreseeing that happening, but we'll see. Meanwhile, we are only free from Shinitsu here. If we get the right calls, or Riichi tiles start having to be played. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. It wasn't as big as I thought it was, though. But I could definitely see that that eventuality happening. So Prospero has basically undone his lead with that. Alright, East 4. Door East. And we have multiple Yakuhai in hand. Well, we have only one Yakuhai in hand, but if we can, you know. I don't know. I'm going to go two-pin 9-man and then see where we are with things, I think. But if I pair another one of these up, I think we might be doing something silly. On second thought, I might be doing something silly anyway. Yeah, the South is a silly play. Shouldn't have done it. Call that tilting out, I guess. Okay, that helps towards the Honitsu, but we got no pairs of anything else that matters. Two Norths been played, we'll probably have to get rid of ours now. Could have waited, I guess, got rid of a 7 earlier, but... And the biggest problem actually might end up being the Chun now. Yeah, especially against that. Alright, we'll play it. If we deal in on the CG, that's something, but... He is also sitting west. Well, we denied him Izipatsu. Rah. Gotta make a decision between the East and the live dragon in a moment, though. Alright. What has he got? Who wants to play a Dora East into this? I bet you want to. Ah. In truth, I've overplayed this, but I'm committing to what I've had to do, unfortunately. One safe. Also, if we're both on East, he's going to win first because we've got head bump on. Which I don't think has been relevant for much at the moment, but... Okay. Tile of Death. No. Well, actually, it might have been if Solar hadn't folded. I imagine he has, but... One more draw left. No, actually, two more. We have the Haito. Alright, East 3. Up to third in Hanuman range. More or less. Hanuman Sumo range, anyway. So yeah, we played that a little overly aggressive, but they probably had East and folded out, so... We'll see. Yeah, it probably would have been bad. One was out. It was totally fine. Hatsu. Yeah, it's still a 30k game, really. So we're not in trouble by any means. We just need to try and maximize our last dealer turn a little bit. Hope the south round gets a little better than us. I'm going to cover 9s here. It's a little early to commit to a Tanyo attack, but I think this makes sense in terms of what we're doing. Tanyo Dora 1. Couple of nice sequences building up. So 2, 5, 8, and hopefully at some point get the remaining tiles. Triple over 2s. So Tanyo. Could still potentially get rid of a 2, of course, but... And of course we need to get rid of the middle tile for whatever we're doing. Alright, I guess we're going to 5 here because we have Tanyo shenanigans to worry about. I'm actually going to go for this now. I'm not Tenpai from this, but I want to at least progress. Well, we dealt in with that. For a manga as well. Nice. Handful of Chinese. Ouch. Round to make up then. It's the disadvantage of the calling for Tenpai philosophy. Okay. 4 pairs and an awkward looking hand. Let's see what we can do. I don't necessarily want to make this 7 pairs, really, but I don't know what else I can do with it. That's going to be valuable enough at this point. 4's loose. I guess we're committing to trying to do something with pairs or triplets here. And since we don't have Dora, I'd probably be more inclined to go with pairs. Or just hope that we draw the middle tiles, which we've just done there. So draw triplets or draw 8s. Drawing 8 followed by 8 would be awesome. Seven pin does not a lot. Okay. I'm going to stand by 8 into 8 actually would still be awesome for this hand. We go into my favourite hand that I very, very, very rarely get. Dropped a pair. Never a nice thing to do when you're getting 7 pairs. But we can still draw 8s. There's still 3 of them out there. We can still get the 8-so. 8-so, 8-so, please. That's a green dragon. That's not an 8-so. That is kind of terrible for us, actually. So now we have to get 7 pairs to work, or we are just fundamentally doomed. Even then, I'm not entirely sure how we make this work. Should have kept Dora if I'm getting 7 pairs, but hey. Well, we can play safe if we want to. I think at this point we do. So, important thing here, we get out Prospero. If it's a draw or a Prospero goes, we have more chances to get a hand that actually was going to work for us. 147. Okay. Distance to make up. Because they were live. Alright, so double South Honitsu seems like our best bet for anything at this point. Getting Honitsu would be fine as well. Not sure there's much we can improve it to beyond that, unless we get lucky enough and just start getting pairs and triplets of everything. Honitsu Itsu. Give us 3. Would you give us 5 actually, because double South and Honitsu Itsu. So let's just assign to be quick. Okay. Important dealer turn then. A, we need to not lose. B, we need a reasonable hand here. Give me some reasonableness. That is reasonable. I should have said give me some goodness, but, you know. Sanchiku, Pinfu as dealer. That's got to be the dream here. If we draw one pin... Yeah, if we draw one pin, we have Sanchiku confirmed. Reach Sanchiku. Draw the 3, we have Pinfu. Reach Pinfu Sanchiku, potentially. So, Friso. Come on, Friso. Not quite. But getting the Friso means we have Reach Pinfu Sanchiku would be ridiculous. That's Mangan before we get any kind of bonuses from Uridora and things, so... Come on. Done it. One time, Soul. Give me a Friso. The jam demands a Friso. There's a green dragon and it's Dora. How dare you? How dare you give me nice shiny things? Yes, well, the game will occasionally give you things you asked for it. It will occasionally give you things because you asked for it. Okay. The game and I are on our understanding here. Ipatsu and Sanchiku. Reach Ipatsu, Pinfu, Sanchiku, Dora. Dealer Hanneman. Back in the game. Alright. I mean, I can't complain. I've had a Dealer Hanneman now, so the hand being not that great of a start. We need a little more momentum, though. We need a Mangan to overtake Prospero at this point. Mangan Sumo... Well, actually, Mangan from anyone would do it. No, actually, no, it wouldn't. 12-6. We only get 12-3. Larry has paused for a long time in his first discard. Gets rid of South. Not going to take that. And we'll advance on. So, 3 dragons to get rid of, and then we'll see where our hand actually is. Unless we can pair them up in the meantime. Going to deliberately get rid of a different dragon to the first one that's Sin as well. North will just keep as a floating safe tile here. We've still got stuff we need to get rid of here. I guess we're looking just at getting a flat Pinfu here out of this lot. Maybe Tanyo down the line, we'll see. So red and white are both confirmed, that we can play them at least. Good. Progression. We need to draw a 3, and then we're there. Oof. Mislooking into our dealer Hanneman is not nice. You have my sympathy, sir. Okay. That might change something. There's only one white dragon left, though. And we don't have it yet, so we're going to hold off. Okay, hand getting a little delayed here. Eight pin. Okay. Give a 6, 7, 8. If we can draw a 7, we still got 2 sequences, or we're waiting on a 7 with that. Or we just got pair run if we can get a 5 later, maybe. Red doesn't help us. Could have called the 8, I guess, but again, we don't have the white confirmed yet. Okay, that's a good draw. Getting rid of a 2-4 on this side here. We still got this as the open side. Possible Itsu is looking a little stronger. So we can reach on the 7. Just going to discard that at the moment. So we're in a 7. We can win. We do win if we draw the 7 for sumo only. Unfortunate, but I think that was still correct. And we're probably playing the 9 here. Wow. Okay. We just win on it. 2-5-8. He's also a safe tile. Akudora for 2-9 and also reach stick. That was extremely fortunate sequencing there. If we reached on this for the 7, though, I think we'd have. Well, we'd potentially still won. Depends why he discarded it. But we did kill Solar's chance, and we still have a dealer turn, so we're still in the chase at this point. Alright, play of the Eastons is the indicator, and 2 have already gone, so that is dead. But yeah, that is a different form of jam flow. We just got the right tiles at the right time to avoid that. And sniper win. So 7-4. Free hard hand to take the lead then. 1 Dora in hand. Probably Pinfu with this, so Pinfu Dora 1. Yeah, the jam is flowing quite strongly at the moment because that is a great draw for us now. So we draw a 5 that converts one of these. We draw a 6 that converts the other one to these. But by the way, we're using one of those as our pair. It's now just a case of getting the other bits in. Okay. So that means we're probably going to lean that way for a pair. I think we got rid of one of these sequences still, but that's looking okay all around here. Okay, that's 1. So what's been discarded at this point? Not much and not much. They're both about even, but obviously we'll keep the one with value. We'll keep the one that potentially has the 5 for... Well, actually, they both have 5 for value, so... Goodness knows. Even a shot, I guess. But we got a pair of 4s, so... Less likely people are going to be able to call the 6-7, I guess. I mean, this is potentially for the win here. Well, potentially to overtake the lead, anyway. Reach, Pinfu, Dora. Freehan. Didn't Ipatsu. They should know Manzi was a no-go for area for us right now. And 5-8 would be the... I mean, it's not the worst thing to be on, by any means, for 8 is an edge tile. But I doubt the 5's coming out of anybody. Sumo. Can you stop the jam flow of this magnitude? We didn't hit any Uradura. But that's 4. 7-8. Plus the reach stick puts us on the 40k. We have the lead. It's like, he's the bored warlock, but he loves to be called Larry. It's Pinky and the Brain and Larry. And if it's not based on that, in my headcanon, it is based on that. Alright. Where's the start? So yeah, start our dealer turn in 3rd, ending our dealer turn in the lead. Well, might be ending the game depending on how lucky we get against Larry at this point. But we'll see. Let's hold on to the Easter turn longer just in case. No, absolutely. The brain had academia. He did not have genius. I mean, the brain always assumed that Pinky was thinking the same thing as him. What does that tell you about his level of actual intellect? Cut the ones here and potentially go for things. Indeed. But Larry, of course, was the best of the three. Okay. Well, some way to go, but I think going for the Tanyo attack here is fine. Potentially Ipeiko, but... no, Ponning's not what we're going to do with that. Yep, he was. I mean, it's a great episode where he basically does the entire of the Orson Welles sort of commentary. Apparently he's recordings in the background, just complaining. Oh, okay, Larry with a Khan. He's in last place, so not the worst, but he's ended up giving us Sedora. So we'll thank him for that if we can develop this any further. Okay, what does calling this get for us? So we can call 6, 7, 8, cut that. I guess the problem is the 2, 5. We can't really. We can call and take a safe tile. We're gonna go for this against possibly better judgment. Maybe I'm just on tilt and overplaying this a little bit, but Riichi aren't in with that call, so... We're Tenpai with that call. Awkward. Okay, that's something you could potentially be waiting on. Do I care enough to ever go for this? I probably should do. That being said, I've got nothing safe. We'll go for it. Actually, I did have something safe, but... Nine safe. Tanyo door 2. Well, being brave were. They went Hanneman 7 pairs. And a stick, indeed. Never underestimate the value of a stick. Alright. We'll play around, see if we can get any of the bonus tiles. If not, we're probably getting rid of those next. Yep, no need to call that. The jam flow is on point today. 8 pin, please. Larry's determined to add some Kandora to this match, and I'm not well, I suppose I should object a little bit, but so far it's working out in our favour. Need to introduce a jam tax. You're not jam taxing my stream. But yeah, I mean, Larry's in third place actually now, but still low on points. So absolutely go for all the cans you want to do. Now play these. I mean, I don't. I just have multiple monitors. They're all monitors. Over there being the north. No, we just tell them to fuck off. We're near Liverpool. Everything was stolen anyway. Interesting. BBC, yeah. Indeed, the Beeb. Which occasionally brings out something that's worth watching, but you know, £150 I have to pay every year for them, so... Alright, I think I'm too far behind to chase this one down. But we'll see. I had a partial dream, but it doesn't look as if it's a dream that's going to happen, so... We'll play sensibly around it. Or we won't. Larry deals in, and is that big enough to upset things? It needs to be Hanneman, I think. Or has he got it? 12. Yeah, it was close. Yeah, with the repeats, he's done that. So Prospero just sneaks the win because we're on the 4th Humber. Well, that was a game. Yeah, always play safe tiles where you can get away with it after the reach. Alright, so I've got 2 second places after all that, which I guess is fair enough. Slight improvement, but hey, I'm not losing any ground. I am probably not going to be involved in any more matches at the moment, but if another one starts up, I'll get that queued, and I'll do some observation. If not, then I guess it's going to be an early end to the stream, but we'll see. We only have 4 people in the lobby, actually, so that probably is suggesting we don't have enough people. Ah, dear. We have to pester some people, more people in Discord. He played one game earlier, and then he and Rumi left, so yeah. You've missed Choo Choo. Okay, up to 3. We have Prospero, Solar, and Demo. I'll join if there absolutely nobody else joins in, but I was hoping to get an observation round in rather than a playing round. That'll indeed. Well, I guess I'm playing then, unless anything happens. I'll give it 2 more minutes. 21:04, we'll start. How do I get confused by Mahjong? Basically, I'm aware you play Mahjong, so I give it to you. That is literally the only thing it's used for. I should, in theory, be the only person who ever uses it, and it's just to ping people that stream time has begun. I actually thought you were already tagged with it, I've got to be honest. Yeah, we don't have any fancy automations. You certainly are now. But yeah, the only time that will ever be used, or should only ever be used, is if I'm streaming. Okay, well, I've changed that now. Honestly, I thought you were. Oh dear. Are you going to play one more roomie, or should I join in for this one? Yeah, no worries. Your meaningless title has been added. Also, if you have a fine beard, I can add you to Team Beard for free. Which was the old role for anybody who played Guns of Icarus with us or had a provably awesome beard. Those were the two conditions of being on Team Beard. But yeah, it's not a very serious Discord server because, of course, I'm running it. Well, I'm not even running it. It's Marriage who's running it, but I've kind of inherited it and stolen it. Alright, I'm going to join because we need one more for a game. So, good luck. Have fun all. Provably awesome beard. As in, they played Guns of Icarus and had a beard on their avatar. Or, I know they happen to have an awesome beard. I'm a member of Team Beard purely because I have a beard in Guns of Icarus. Not because I had a provably awesome beard in real life. But there have been some people who've had a provably awesome beard. For example, Nave, who I think is Scottish and occasionally around. Team Beard isn't one of the categories that crops up a lot, all honesty, but hey. We also have a Shouting at Aegon and a Will Mumble for Food category as well. And at one point we had Aegon's Underling as our punishment tier. But again, it's not a very... it's not something I do a lot. I'm the laziest person on there if I can. Anyway, we should see how the Jam Flow is treating us in this game, because it's been doing okay for us so far. Prospero on his all-out attack. So I just have to get rid of one of this or the 8 at some point. Preferably this because, of course, Tanyo, but... Also, I should have gone and grabbed a drink before we had the third game. Ah, well. Discarding a set of dragons. Yay. I mean, that's still good in spite of that, so... Not the worst. Unfortunately, Prospero's had 2 calls. Probable Tempai for... Doubleton and Dora. So, at least 3 for Han now. Two safe tiles though against him, which will hoard for a couple of turns, see what happens. 2 6s have gone, 1 west. Alright, Demo going for some carnage. Rinshan nonsense! We approve and disprove of this. Alright, Rinshan Kaiho Dora. Demo, we hate and love you at the same time. That is a state you're going to have to live with now. Oh, I don't mind a West reset here if it happens. Darn it! Darn it, Prospero! I wouldn't have minded a West reset out of this. Oh well, we'll have to play it now. Actually, the hand's not terrible. I don't know why I was asking to throw this away because I like West resets. Oh well. If we can draw something connected to the 5 solo, this is actually a really good Tanya Pinfu hand. And if you draw 6, we potentially got Sanchikyu on this as well, which would be kind of ridiculous. I don't think we want to calm that. Six-so, 7-so, please. Oh, Damo's got the jam flow. We do have a safe tile there, and we can always draw an 8 to potentially progress us around it. Red 5's kind of stuck in our hand. Alright. So... pair it up and go for it, I guess? Well, me and Sola are in a battle for second. Alright, what are we getting this time? We're getting a 4-pair starting hand. With 1 Dora. And that. You probably cut the ones and get Tanya here. Second by priority, indeed. Priority is enough. Let's hope this doesn't develop into 7 pairs, because having dropped that 1, that would be rather awkward now. Yeah, it doesn't look as if it's going to. Alright, Prospero counterattack. And a further time we can break down, so... yeah, okay. Pin Fedora 1 then, I guess, is our game plan. If we get enough time to do it. You just... if you want to make the door Dragon Blade, you should have done it turn 1, or you should have held onto it and tried to go into the pair weight. Both were possible. Wonder if it's better. We know the 9's safe though, so I prefer to have those. And have those to be discarded at some point. So we can essentially still draw a 6 and discard both 9s later down the line. 3 6 and then discard both 9s, I mean. Sounds like a solar problem. Interesting. Well, we'll cut that. Debbie's fine. She's back in America for the time being, and she's dog walking right now. She unfortunately has little, because of her time zone as well. She's occasionally out during this point, but she's doing good. Seven. Does that change anything? Not really. Guess it's just whether it's safe to prosper. He played an early 8, but hasn't played any Pinsies since then. I think the 9's slightly dodgier and I might hold off discarding it. We'll see. Okay. No need. Yakulus Tempai, 1 to go. Oh, we earned some points of demo and his dealer turns over. We'll take it. I'm still second on priority. Alright, double white and Adora. Do not want to south reset this one. Which might have happened. Close. Chi. Well, just randomly shouting pod in a random stream. Probably quite low. In a Mahjong stream, a little higher. Oh, then that's no fun. I'm going to play 7 since we saw one. Ren doesn't do anything, but you know. Oh, you mean the self-reset? I don't know. But I didn't want to take the chance because the hand was good enough. Although apparently if we had, Solas would have been potentially culled. Although we have no idea if Demo even has one. Probably not since he's not played one up to this point. And typically the sign would be he plays one in his second discard. I mean, I should just play safe against this. Really should. But feeling aggressive. Can't reach you at the moment, sir. I've had a call. Need that for repair. I guess we can play the 4-5. Yeah. There's too much chance that he's on that red. Then again, no. Let's just not. We know the free's safe, so we'll go on with that. We have played a 2 already against him, so I guess if he had a close weight for the 5, that's the only way he could be on it. But, well, we got safe tiles. Indeed. And also, I wish. You know what the import fees are like on those? Oh, dear. Alright, subset Mangan. If he'd hit 2 Ura, though, that would have been game over and I'd have finished 3rd. Admittedly, 3rd with 24, but now I've got to get a hand. This is my last chance, really. Potentially. Unless Prospero earns some points somewhere. Alright, so we need to Dora South for this nonsense. $12-6. I mean, I can't object with how this is going. Oh, absolutely. It's the ultimate. If I win the lottery, I will get one, or if I win significant on the lottery, I will probably get one. But realistically, there's no chance of me being able to justify it in any other capacity. Interesting. So I can play South and have a White Dragon only, but I then have Sumo. That's not enough. Or I could go for Toy Toy. No, I don't want this. I don't want this win. If it was a 2, if it's we need to wait on that 2. Or just draw a 5 and get into the other tempo. Or draw another 3. Give myself a 3rd Khan ability. Yes, it's going to be a fancy imported one. But yeah, absolutely. Increases the odds from astronomical to slightly less than astronomical. Yeah, I should have played the free save rather than that, because the 2 is still more useful to target at this point. Well, then we just share the winnings, so, I mean, we could all buy Mahjong tables for everybody at that point. Do-be-dee-doo. I think this is gonna be Zimbabwean currency still a thing? Didn't they switch to the US dollar a while back, or am I thinking of something else? Well, nobody wants to play that free pin, which is depressing, and clearly everybody's got a South in their hand. Well, 3 more draws. And if there's still a White Dragon I potentially get for things, somebody would have played it if it was relevant, so... Also, we have the high tier at the moment, which I just realised. Rendering his jokes meaningless is what I have to try and do. He does make a lot of them. Reaching the 8. Well, we have a safe tile for that. Were you just hoarding that white? Nah, I think you must have just drawn it. But well, one last chance. No. Okay, pair weight 4 set, poor 8, but almost doesn't matter at that point. Yes, but it's European history he's got more than anything else. That is a great little starting hand for a dealer. You would say it doesn't fall into his field of study. Or possibly interest, who knows. But he did make a joke about it, so on some level it has to be in his interest. How far are we behind? 13,000. 4 repeats and a reach stick. So we could actually get a Mungan off of this. And be good enough. Reach for 7. Or reach on the white. We got 1 Dora, Red Dragon, reach. I think I ought to take the chance, haven't I, with this? It's just got to be done. It's a 4-7, 6 shots. But I secure if Prospero deals in, well, he's killed my Ipatsu off, so no bonuses there. I don't care anymore. You deal in, I'll just take the 3rd. Yeah, absolutely. Come on, calm the Reds, Rinshan Kaiho. You killed my Ipatsu! Oh well. Have I got enough? Mungan 12, plus a reach stick, plus that. It was enough. Good enough. Have a win. 2-2-1 for the day. He's turning into... No, it's true. Draw order changed, of course, but still. It'll do. I still got the sim I wanted. Anyway, GG. I've gone 1-2-2, and the shame of my 4 free losses in a row is slowly disappearing off the end of the board. That was a lot of Mungan, indeed. Well, thanks for the games, guys. I am going to call that a stream for now. Thanks for joining us as always. We will be back next week when more Stuff and Things and Mahjong tile-related stuff will happen. So, catch you later. Also, now we have stream numbers up in the 10s again. What is this? Oh well. Catch you later.